Hi, my name is Alison Tucker, and this is my social media strategy plan for assignment 3 of using social media. Let's begin. So, I am conducting a promotional campaign on the Superb Lyrebird. Um, in March, La Trobe University wrote an article about its hidden farming talent, which led me to do a bit of research into it. And I found out that according to BirdLife Australia, the spare lyrebird, while it isn't currently threatened, it is at risk of joining the list, of becoming an endangered species. Um, as the 2019 to 2020 bushfires really wiped out a lot of their habitat. And so my campaign, its primary objective is to bring awareness to the species increasing risk, in hopes of preventing it from reaching the endangered list by I've created a I've made up a foundation called the Superb Lyre Bird Conservation, um, which works to improve and facilitate habitats for the lyrebird, through donations and such. Yeah. So on to target audience, I chose both millennials and Generation Z for this, um, just because millennials really like their conservation, and typically so do Generation Z as well. So preserving our planet is a very important thing to those generations. Um, So my campaign will contain content on different platforms targeted at the different generations, to bring in the most awareness, as wide awareness is something that I think is really essential for this campaign. Um, Millennials are often seen to prefer sort of visually appealing content and are often influenced by reviews and user-generated content. Um, and that while Generation Z sort of prefer a bit of a fast-paced, more creative content that's got that sort of authentic and narrative-driven aspect. Um, and they often like the sort of behind the scenes kind of thing. It makes them feel a bit more included, and involved in the issue. Um, yeah. So for platform selection wise, I have chosen TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. Um, I've chosen TikTok to target Generation Z, as they are, according to Similarweb, the highest users on TikTok, Generation Z. Um, and Generation Z sort of have a bit of a shorter attention span, and so the short form videos are perfect for them, for us. Um, and it has that all those things, the fast pace, the more authentic content and stuff. I've chosen Instagram for the millennials because them millennials and Gen Z are the highest users on Instagram. Um, and that's sort of a bit more their format, a bit more informative. And then I chose Facebook as my third thing because according to Statista, Facebook is the highest used social media platform out of them all. And so broad reach is something that's really important for my campaign to bring a lot of awareness to this issue. So I chose Facebook. So content strategy wise, um, I'm doing a on TikTok, I'm doing a sort of come with me style video in which I go and try and spot the lyrebird. Um, it's got all those things like the personal, the narrative driven content the Generation Z like, and especially like the sort of behind the scenes really makes them feel included and like inspires them to come along with me, um, or come and find one themselves. Instagram, I've done a carousel covering reasons why to visit the Lyrebird region. Carousel's really popular on Instagram. They do pretty well. And millennials also really love a sort of travel with a purpose. So like conservation in this aspect. Yeah. And then Facebook, I've done like a charity sort of event, which is like a walk for the foundation, where the entry fee goes donations to the um conservation. And so I chose Facebook for this because it's really good for community-driven events and causes, that sort of thing. Yeah. And then as far as copyright issues go, I have used all my images I have either taken myself or they're off Flickr or they're Canva generated images. So all ones that are free for use in this sort of assignment use. Engagement strategy wise. So it'll be pretty much the same across all the platforms. Well, it will be. All they'll all have like the same couple of hashtags to really make it cohesive and tie into the other um content. And then all captions will be sort of they'll be encouraging engagement. So like Facebook, it'll be tell me why you're joining the walk sort of thing. And Instagram, it'll be sort of like make sure you to let us know what your favorite thing was or something. One of like to get them to comment and to get engagement. And then they'll be like responding to comments across all platforms as well to really increase engagement. Onto measurement and evaluation. So I would do in about 2 to 4 weeks, I'd do an evaluation to see which content performed the best. Um, so this will be like so success would be seen through follower interactions, such as shares, likes, and follower growth. Um, that'll be the real key. And then also sort of what times and days seen the most engagement so that I could know what times to post content. Um, and then, of course, success will also be measured through donations. Yeah. So these are just some references that I used in this presentation or in my content. And that's all I've got for you. So thank you very much. And I really hope that you have enjoyed.